Welcome back to the Capital Mindset Show, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day as always. So I'm doing this quick car ride video just to issue a clarification because, as always, I love you guys' comments when you guys comment on the videos. It always lets me know what questions you guys might have and also kind of gives me an idea of things that I needed to clarify a little bit more. So this video is going to be clarifying or highlighting a piece of the video from yesterday, the Albertsons one. So if you guys recall, we went over the dates. Now the dates are really important to the argument at hand. So if you recall the documents we saw, and again, I walked through how you could find these documents for free, readily available information. The point is to not get into this arbitrage trade without first understanding the nuances of the special dividend. So part of the deal, part of the agreement is the special dividend for about $6.85. And when you look at the acquisition price of $34.10, you always, when you're getting a merger, there's a market risk involved in it, okay? And the market's gonna price that in. You're gonna see always a small or even a large merger arbitrage, but not all of them are created equal. Some are more complicated than others. I mentioned it very briefly, but I should probably make a video on that one going back in the past with AGRD and Lockheed Martin. They did a very similar agreement where, by fact, Lockheed Martin paid AGRD shareholders, or was part of the agreement, that a cash portion would be paid and then the acquisition amount was reduced by that amount. So this is very similar, if not the exact same. Kroger is going to be, well, cash is going to be paid out. Let's just focus on that. Cash is going to be paid out as a special dividend for the 24th. Okay, it's going to be paid in November, but the 24th of October. So you have to take that into consideration. And we're going to see the stock price affected after the fact. Of course. This is something we've talked about in earlier videos, how stocks are affected by their dividend payouts. There's not going to be that. It's a closure of arbitrage in reality. But focusing on that, you need to be paying attention to those dates and understand what's going on before you get involved. Because if you're not paying attention to that, this was the criticism, where you're thinking they're gonna pay you $34.10, and if you see it, let's say for $20, all right, or less, because that was one of the comments was using that number, so I'm using that number in this case. If you see it for $20, you're not getting $34 whatsoever. You were compensated with the dividend, or not you, because if you're buying it after the fact, this is the key, because if you're buying it after the 24th, no, this is not for you. Okay, that's not going to apply to you. That's only going to apply to people who bought it before the 24th or are shareholders on record as of the 24th. Okay, so that's a really important part. And again, it's that's what I get for not making outlines before doing a video. There are certain parts that I need to highlight a bit more. That's why I prefer to do live streams, because it's still off the cuff, but I get instant feedback from the audience, and then you guys can ask questions and say, hey, can you unpack that a little bit more? I didn't understand that. So that's the difficulty of trying to do that over a video where I get it after the fact via comments. So thank you guys for the comments though. And always, I love when I see comments that are asking questions. I go through them. I try to answer them as much as I can. Of course, it's basically like a time constraint at this point, but yeah, that's just a quick update I wanted to give you guys. If you guys have any further questions, you can comment down below. I might do a video. We did talk about it in the live stream after the fact, by the way. Those live streams are extremely long, but just wanted to get that out. And yeah, just highlight a little bit more about some of the nuance or details. So in conclusion, the TLDR, the arbitrage is not a simple arbitrage like, for example, you would look for in Activision and Microsoft, right? That one is an acquisition price of $95. There's no special dividend to be worrying about. There's no, special date that you have to be paying attention to. Nope, pretty cut and dry, simple, just needs FTC approval, all right? Good on that. This one is very similar, if not exactly the same, just the numbers are different, as AGRD and Lockheed Martin, which I've spoken on in the past. So AGRD shareholders got that special dividend. So just be aware of that. Hopefully that provides value to you guys as investors. And check out or wait for that Olaplex video, because I'm going to be doing an Olaplex video, as I said in the live stream last night, covering some of the lessons that can be learned. We didn't invest in Olaplex, but there are, I think, some key lessons that all investors can learn from the special circumstance of Olaplex that we can later apply to stocks in the future. There's plenty of examples of this, but Olaplex is more recent example of it. And we'll be discussing again what basically happened, and how can we spot something like this before this happens to you? So check out that video when it ends up coming out. I'll probably be working on it over the weekend. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.